telling people what I believe, and I believe everybody's created on purpose for a purpose. And I believe that mindset and money are two of the biggest things that prevent people from ever pursuing that purpose. And that's because they're focused on surviving and their life is being lived, and they are not living their life because their finances are controlling them. It's a consumption, man. They're totally focused on money as a way of survival because that's what we're supposed to do, guys. We're supposed to take care of our house. And sometimes that's how we justify it. But we got to break that down a little bit more because we can say, I would tell you money, I don't have a love for money. I would tell you that. And I feel like I didn't. I wasn't letting that be my God, but all my attention and focus was on it. And so, once that flip, think about that. When it's a source, you may have a lot of value to bring to people in whatever you do, but the connection is not a true connection, I feel, when you're wanting that sale. Now, you're doing right and you're passionate about it and you're doing the right thing, but there's not a true connection with that person when you're chasing the money. When you don't worry about the money and you not worry, but your concern becomes getting somebody to their B, their A now, get them to their B, help solve their problems, find their ambition. That's when things start to move. And then money just starts coming in. That's what it's worked out for me. The provision is there for my vision, for his vision. So there's provision for vision. There's an income for impact. So money is a resource now for me. I'm divorced that gotta have it. He is my source. And until you come to, that's why, I say wake up. I wish I could be the wake up caller for everybody. But sometimes the wake up call comes from that divine disruption. It comes from that hard time, that wreck where you have to really evaluate things, and I think that one of the biggest things that opened my mind, if you don't mind, the 4 parts of our nature: mind, body, heart, and spirit. All right. I'll share a story with you just real quick, but you can apply this to anything. So I did mixed martial arts for years, right? And 3 years into it, as an adult too, I didn't try to get in the cage. I just wanted to learn a little something and, just protect my family if I need to and just, build some confidence. And that camaraderie was there too with my guys. So I made it to the fight club. All right. Made it to the fight club. And I'm a yellow belt. All those guys are brown and black belts. So what does that mean? Do I take that as a compliment or am I fresh meat for them to beat up on? Well, to be in the fight club, we got to go compete. So we did the whole mixed martial arts gamut, stand up and jiu-jitsu. But when we went to compete, we would test our skills out doing just a kickboxing tournament. To test our ground skills out, we would just do a jiu-jitsu tournament. So I had my first kickboxing tournament in Knoxville, Tennessee. My mama's there, my wife is there, and I am ready to go. Well, they don't line you up with experience. They line you up with weight class. So your boy got paired up with a guy that's been in it for 30 years, has his own karate school. I'm in it 3 years, and I see my guys talking, and they're grinning and smiling. And I looked over there, and one guy said, hey, just go in there and fight your fight, man. Fight your fight. Just do your thing. You fight us, and you're going to do fine. All right, so here's what I'll tell you. I had the willpower. I had the confidence. I was tough. I'm ready to do this. So let's go. Well, I went out there and your boy won the first round. Oh, I took total control. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I'm putting it out there. So my sensei, at the end of that first round, just so happens my sensei was that guy's sensei. That was his first kid student years and years and years and years ago. And this guy was grand champion dragon, this, that, and other, whatever, of the Southeast. So he looked at me and he said, go back out there and do the same thing that you just did. So I went back out there again. All right, I'm going after it again. Well, this time we get pushed out of bounds. Now listen to what I tell you. I want everybody to listen right here. I got pushed out of bounds. We were out of bounds. Now on Karate Kid and Daniel's Son and Cobra Kai, we go back to the middle and you reset. The referee will reset you. We'll touch gloves and then we'll start again. Not in this tournament. There was no such thing as reset. I assumed. I did not know the rules. So the moment that I walked back in, the moment that my feet crossed the line, and I thought he was just coming with me to line up and touch gloves, the moment I went back out there, the lights went out in Knoxville. I got kicked so hard, didn't even see it coming, like Chris Tucker. Which one of y'all kicked me? I got kicked in the jaw, and I didn't know who I was or where I was. So what I'm telling you is I assumed. And so many people assume that we're doing the right thing. That takes me into my financial business and mindset business. The status quo. We assume everything's right. Let's just go with the flow. But what happened is you have to take a next step to make sure that you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm doing everything I can to be the best for me and for those who depend on me. I had everything. I had the willingness, the good intentions, the confidence, but I didn't know the rules. And so how embarrassing was it? I didn't know who I was, where I was. Hey, let me just straighten this out. He didn't knock me down, and I didn't say I quit. Thankfully, my sensei quit for me, but I couldn't feel my molars for like 2 weeks. But that little thing, I didn't take that extra step to study the rules. So sometimes we can't see our own picture because we're stuck inside our frame. And that's where a good coach or having help point some of that stuff out can really help you to get where you're trying to go.